Let's analyze not only what was said, but also this relationship. I'm joined live here in Washington by Sourabh Gupta of the Institute for China-American Studies. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I want to ask you about the lasting legacy of the President Xi, President Obama relationship. We've seen a lot of personal interactions over the years. They've both made sure to have meetings on the sidelines of all of these different conferences. What will we know from this relationship going forward?
What we will know from this relationship going forward is that a relationship with deep differences, not just in political systems, but also in interests, can be managed and managed in a very sophisticated way if there is intent, willingness, and political will from both sides. We have seen that in spades in terms of Mr. Obama and Mr. Xi. It has been helped by the fact, to a significant extent, I would say, that President Obama has been a president at a time when there are so many wars in the Middle East ongoing, and there's terrorism, and there's so many factors which bring him down. And he sees in Asia and he sees in China countries and people who want to get ahead, move forward, just get wealthy, have a better day. And I think that inspires him, and that's why he has taken a much more benign view in terms of the rise of China and the rise of Asia. I think in a way, therefore, he has helped this concept of major great power relations in a significant way. And President Xi was always open to deepen this relationship, regardless of the differences. And so what we have for the future now is that even if there are differences in this relationship, there is a template, there is a means by which leaders can cooperate, and both countries can move ahead in a productive way.
And we'll have to see if that can continue with a leadership change. I want to ask you about innovation, one of the major themes of this year's G20 summit. I want to play for you what a top official at JP Morgan told us.
We have some traditional industries that have been disrupted by the rapid development of technology. So these old industries and traditional industries need to adopt more technology to upgrade their manufacturing processes to become a lot more competitive. Many of the traditional industries are facing a lot of challenges, especially here in China. They have overcapacity problems. They also have a pretty hefty debt load. So in this new economy, they need to adopt higher technology. They need to become a lot more productive.
So my question for you, how important is innovation for China?
It's very, very important. China is making a huge transition from being a manufacturing-led economy to being a more services-led economy. And in the course of that transition, it needs to get onto a qualitatively different, qualitatively more productive economic growth model. That growth model has already begun. President Xi put that out in terms at the 2013 third plenum, where he laid out a list of areas where China is going to focus, not in terms of what economists call extensive growth, but in intensive growth, productivity-led growth. It is very important from that point of view that China make this transition, because China is such a huge contributor to global growth, not just the growth for domestic purposes, also for the growth of Asia. Global growth is intensely intertwined with China's success. And so from that perspective, it's important that growth, innovation-led growth, productivity-led growth is right at the forefront. I want to make another point out here. When we talk of productivity and technology-led growth and innovation-led growth, we are also talking in terms of upgradation of regulatory systems. It is, I mean, technology is moving like quicksilver, and regulatory policy also needs to follow that and be as flexible. And I think that process is working well with China and the US in the context of the negotiations of a bilateral investment treaty, but there is still work to be done on that front.
All right, Sourabh Gupta, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate your insight.
Thank you.